This is kind of like a part three to my candle health series, questions, research, whatever, that's on this YouTube channel. So you can see the other videos on candle health. And this is just a brief kind of, you have to understand, I am a, in case you couldn't already tell, I'm a huge scented candle lover. Not unscented. Unscented candles, they don't really do much for me, but scented candles, yeah. And Halloween horror inspired, number one, and number two would be winter, and then nothing else. um, so this type of research is just really interesting to me, especially being somebody who has health issues and unknown health issues. And so always kind of diving in and checking things out and just kind of exposing things. And what I mean by exposing things is kind of getting things out there that is not maybe talked about enough. So there are two organizations that are quoted a lot by candle manufacturers, by candle companies, and that's the National Candle Association and the IFRA, which is, I don't know, I forget what that acronym stands for, but it's the basically an organization that deals with fragrance oils, making sure fragrance oil regulation. Okay, so in the other videos, we talked about phthalates, and parabens, but there's more. So, number one, when we look at the National Candle Association, they have like a lot of FAQs on their site, where basically they just discount all the hubbub about candles being bad for you and soot being bad for you and VOCs being bad for you, all that kind of stuff. Paraffin being bad. They're all like BS on all that. But when you take a closer look at the National Candle Association, I do find it to be very interesting that it has as its members, like members of Yankee Candle and members of like the largest oil company in the world, and that might have some ties to paraffin, and other members of other big candle companies are on the board. So it's like, is it a conflict of interest? Is it weird? Is it a little shady? I don't know. And then when you look at the IFRA, who are regulating fragrance oils, I mean, it's really complicated because you really don't need to. They have all different levels, but do you really have to follow them legally? And then like they'll have like different levels for like soaps and perfumes versus candles. And then candles, they tend to have like the highest levels. Like you can just go 100% on them or something, you know. But the thing that's really of interest with the Fragrance Oil IFRA Association is that they're all about safety of fragrance oils, synthetic fragrance oils, but they allow certain ones that are possibly cancer causing, carcinogenic. I always screw up that word. Like musk ketones, synthetic musk. That has been, in the 1980s, synthetic musk in perfumes and things was really finally getting like kind of pushed back a bit, because they were like, you know what, I think this causes cancer, but one thing's for sure, it definitely causes problems with aquatic life. So environmentally, it's like it's not great. And then one called styrene, which is also carcinogenic, but allowed by the IFRA. And you know, it's noteworthy that styrene is basically part and parcel with all of our plastics, like most of our plastic containers and plastic products, and even our cars and everything. So, but inhaling it, you know, I don't know, right? So it's really interesting. If you look at the safety data sheet for musk ketone, and this, I believe, if there are any candle people out there like Virgil or whatever, comment in here, but I believe that musk ketone, synthetic musk, that's the main component of musk as a scent note in candles. If you look at the safety data sheet for that, for musk ketone, I think there's different types of musk, synthetic musks, it has possibly carcinogenic, like cancer causing, in there. Yeah, there's hormone disrupting. Yes, it's like detrimental to the environment, aquatic life, such and such, whatever. But these were just a couple more areas in my research as I'm researching. And I mean, I love scented candles. Right now, I got one warming right here. But it's just something I wanted to look into that I thought that nobody was really talking about. So do with it what you will. Continue researching apart from me if you want, whatever. But this is my third video on candle health. And if anybody has any comments or whatever of other information, please, that'll be part of the research. Happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah.